Hello and welcome to Mandarines. This is episode 11. My name is Melody and you can find me on Instagram as bmandarines, on Ravelry as Mandarines, and you could also join the Ravelry group which is Mandarines. So I hope that you had a beautiful week. The weather has been absolutely awkward here. It's been raining every day. It was cold. It's still very overcast at the moment, which is not the best to record because the light is coming straight into my eyes. But it's good for my plants. So this week I don't have that much knitting to talk about. I have been knitting, but not so much because I'm still waiting for quite a lot of yarn to arrive, but it's still in the mail at the moment, I suppose. So I don't really want to start anything at the moment because I know that I'm gonna be busy, very busy the next month with different projects, and I cannot cast on anything at the moment because as Mina said from the Expat podcast, she doesn't like to have more than 3 projects on her needles as well. And yeah, I think 3 is a good number. Like 1 project for the morning, 1 for noon, and 1 for the evening. No, but it's when you have different things, you can have like a big project or something smaller. You can always switch during the day, or you can take something, I don't know, in the car or in the transportation. So yeah, 1 project, yeah, I like to switch, but I cannot have too many things. So speaking of which, what was I working on last week? I finished the orchids and fairy lights hat. It's on its way already, so I cannot show it to you. But it's done, and I think it took me about a week to make it, and I was working only in the evenings, like 1 hour here and there. And it's such a gorgeous hat. So yeah, if you like texture, interesting patterns, and if you want to just make a beautiful hat, I highly recommend this pattern. It's absolutely gorgeous. It only requires one skein of Malabrigo worsted. So yeah, just go ahead and check it out. On my needles, this is something that I cast on, I believe, the day before yesterday. I knit on it quite a bit, and then I had to rip it back because I realized that it was absolutely too small and it would never fit the recipient. So I ripped it back and cast it on again. This is totally out of my comfort zone. If you've seen my previous podcast, or if you follow the blog, or if you look at my pictures on Instagram, you will see that I'm always drawn to colors that are, I cannot say simple, but like I'm definitely not the kind of person that will knit with, I don't know, rainbow colors or with a lot of colors. I love colors a lot, but they have to be soft or only one tone, because when there's too many things that are happening, I don't know, it's just simply not my style at all. So I'm knitting with this, which is some, I believe, something like Radia yarn. It's from Germany. and it was a gift. At first, I thought of making something for myself, but I wasn't sure at all. It's a blend of wool and polyamide. So it's a sock yarn. Sorry. It's a sock yarn. So I thought about making a pair of socks for myself, but I don't know. It's just a pair of socks. I could wear it like no one would see it, or but I don't know. I just I just thought that I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing this. It's too multicolor for me. But as I was knitting it, someone was very interested. So my boyfriend's not a knitter, for sure. Sorry about the lights. So yeah, my boyfriend's not a knitter at all. And when he saw me knitting these socks, he was very intrigued. He was like, "Ooh, this looks so fancy. You're making you're making fair iron on the socks." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I'm doing." So I told him that it was something very, very advanced. Yeah, something very, very difficult to do. So here it is. But I told him that the yarn was self-parting, so I wasn't doing anything but knitting, simply knitting. I kind of like it. I mean, I like it, but not for me. Though I'm a bit jealous that I won't be wearing these socks at the end. And I'm not a sock knitter at all. I've knit only one pair of socks before. I've completed one pair of socks, but I've knitted a couple of single socks because I cannot manage to have two finished for some reason. It's just not happening. So when it's for someone else, I know that they need to have two socks because you cannot offer one sock. We have 2 feet, so 2 socks. But when it comes, when it's for myself, I don't know. I don't feel that it's a waste of time, but it's just, I think I'm just not a sock knitter yet. I don't know. Maybe I didn't find the yarn that would make my heart sing, or I think I really like comfy socks for the home to wear around. But when it's for outside, I don't really know. And because I wear a lot of dresses, so tights are my best allies. I just have one pair of socks actually. So that might be the reason why. So yeah, but this is taking forever. I thought when I reached the heel, I thought that I was almost done. So I was really excited, and I was really into it, and really thought for a second that I would cast on a pair of socks for myself straight after finishing this one. But seriously, after the heel, like, it's never ending. I think I'm only halfway through because he has the biggest feet ever, and I don't know how I'm gonna manage to finish this one and the second one before Sunday. I don't know. It's just it's taking forever. So yeah, I'm not working on anything else at the moment, just this never-ending sock. And when I think that there's another one that has to be knit after this one, Oh, anyway. It's still very pleasant in the sense that I can do other things at the same time. I mean, I have to do other things at the same time. I think I would get crazy if I would just be knitting simple stockinette like this, round after round, and not doing anything. Because um, for some reason, sometimes when I knit, my mind like goes away. So I can. It's very relaxing, but at some moments, that's the time when my mind goes crazy and start to think about the things that I have to do, and I don't know, I get a bit overwhelmed. So I have to have something else to distract my mind while my hands are busy working on their own. So I either watch a podcast or listen to a podcast, listen to an audiobook, and uh, lately I've been trying to find British British drama, period drama, because I'm a huge fan of British BBC shows or yeah, period drama movies that are set in the UK, Victorian time, Edwardian time, anything time is absolutely amazing. And recently, I've been watching a couple of movies that are set in the 40s, so during the Second World War or just after the Second World War, and the knitwear at this time. Oh my, just amazing. I had to stop to pause the movie a couple of times just to look, because it's absolutely beautiful, and you can get a lot of inspiration from watching movies of different eras. So it's amazing. So yeah, just tell me in the Ravelry group what's your main source of inspiration for knitwear. I really, really would like to know where you find your inspiration, whether you're a designer or a knitter. If like watching a movie inspires you to cast something on because you've seen it on someone and you think that it was the most amazing thing ever. So just let me know in the Ravelry thread for that episode. Something else that I've been working on this week, which is not knitting. I'm done for the knitting this week. So this project, I keep it in this little pouch, which is made by Windward Wearables. And I believe it uses organic cotton and organic hems. So I will, I don't know if I will include the links within the video, or if I will put everything in the Ravelry group for the show notes. So I believe it was 2 weeks ago I placed an order for a dress that was that is made with Lithuanian linen, and so it's 100% handmade, and the dress is really, really beautiful, and it came in this little pouch. I believe it's a cotton or a linen pouch, I don't really know, and I thought it was really, really beautiful, just the way it was. But I don't know, one day I was looking at it and I was thinking that it could be lovely to practice my embroidery a little bit, because the bag is quite big and I could practice different things and make different botanical experiments. Yeah. So that's what I did. I did I don't know if you can see, I did the French knots for the very first time, and I had to watch a couple of videos on YouTube just to understand how it really worked. I failed a couple of times, I think. Yeah, this little purple was the first flower that I made, and I don't know if you can see, but the knots are not very even, and that's the improvement after a couple of attempts. But this is amazing. This is so relaxing. So relaxing. So I made these flowers. I don't know if I got inspired by heather that is not growing yet, but it's my favorite flower. And yeah, I'm thinking of doing some bedding with something like that later. That would be so beautiful to have. Well, I have a bedding already that is 100% organic cotton, and I'm really thinking when I will be a little better with my embroidery stitches to color it with botanical elements. And then at the moment I'm making this little pansy. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing because I don't have a stitch dictionary, or I never did embroidery before, so I'm just what I do is I make a research on Google Image just to find pictures of flowers. Then I do a couple of drawings to see how it would be with the embroidery. Then I select one when I really like. I copy it to the fabric, and then I select the colors, and voila. I try different things because I have no idea what I'm really doing. So yeah, I'm just practicing different stitches. I just know that the one with the bubbles is called the French knots, but if you would ask me any other stitch, I have no idea. I have no clue what they are. I'm just threading, playing around, so don't know if you can see better because the sun was shining. So yeah, the bag is quite big, so I think that would make a very nice sampler, and at the end I will have a sweater size project bag. It's still early in the morning, so I'm having my first and only jar of coffee, I should say. Last week I talked about the garden notes, and that I couldn't show you anything yet because I wasn't sure if the plants were going to grow, because I replanted a lot of things. I replanted everything actually during the very first weekend that looked like spring. And I wasn't sure that the plants were going to survive, but this week I realized that they are thriving in their new pots. So what I do, we buy water in huge bottles. I think they are 5 liters bottles. because here in Latvia we cannot drink water from the tap directly, and I'm not into boiling water at all. I've done it in China for 2 years, and I don't think it's the healthiest option ever because you lose the minerals. So I don't think that, boiling water is our best option. So we thought about going to, there's a couple of natural springs around, but we don't have a car yet. So that's a bit challenging to go and bring everything back home. But I'm sure that as soon as we will have our car, we're working on that at the moment, that would be possible, and then we will stop buying plastic bottles. So what we do at the moment is we try to recycle them as much as we can and reuse them. So that's what we've been doing for the plants. We've been keeping as many bottles as possible so we could replant things. And because it's plastic, it's like having a small, how's it called? Greenhouse, because it keeps the warmth within the bottle and the light can pass through the plastic. So I'm not a plastic fan at all, but I must say that this works really well. And if you have no option but to buy plastic bottles, just try to recycle them as much as you can. So I don't know if you can really see. These are tomatoes. Yeah, tomatoes. And last year they were so tall, so tall. That was crazy. But we got the tomatoes quite late because the weather was not good at all. So I planted the seeds earlier this year. This is a radish. I'm so excited about that. You have no idea. Then we have more tomatoes. I think I have like 10 or 15 containers. Then we have paprika, calendula, and the boxes are spread around the house on the windowsills. So yeah, love it. I'm just a bit worried because we're gonna be living in 2 weeks. We'll be going to France for 2 weeks. So I'm just a bit concerned about the plants because, how am I gonna water them? And the plan when we come back is to ask someone that has a big piece of land if we can pay a small rent and plant our things. That's the plan for this year, because we've been looking to allotment gardens, and you have to apply 1 year before you can actually get the allotment garden. And here it's quite tricky because, well, there were like a lot of places where you could have a garden in the city, but these places have been destroyed. I think it was for building or expanding the train tracks or something. And it's something that people used to do a lot before. I mean, if you come to Latvia, if you ever come to Latvia, you will see that there's still a lot of people that grow things within their gardens. A lot of people. But before 1991, people used to have allotment gardens, but they were taken away. after 1991. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame because I think that people used to spend more time outside gardening and everything. And if you have a house now, of course, you can still do it. But if you live in a flat, which is very often in Latvia, you don't have this option anymore to grow your things, to have your own garden. So, yeah. Um, so yeah, today is Thursday, and I'll be leaving for the weekend. I'm really excited because we have a birthday this weekend, and I'm planning to bake a couple of things. I have in mind raw vegan cheesecake. I did it. I did the first one I think 2 years ago, and it was absolutely delicious. You have to soak not beans but nuts, things like that, because there's a lot of allergies and intolerances in the family. So there's a lot of things that people cannot eat. Wheat, for example, or dairy, eggs. So it's a bit challenging to cook things most of the time. So yeah, I've tried this cake recipe and it's absolutely delicious. So I'm planning to go on maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow and get the ingredients for the cake and yeah, just prepare and have a lovely time in the family, and hopefully finish my socks this before Sunday. So yeah, I hope that you're going to have a beautiful weekend. I saw on Instagram that there's magnolia trees and peach trees and apple trees blooming everywhere already, and here the trees are still they're still not leaves on the trees at all. They're just tiny shoots coming out of the ground and tiny blooms on the trees, but still no leaves. So if you're in a place where spring has already sprung, so yeah, yeah. I hope to see you in the next episode. I don't really know when it's going to happen. But in the same time, happy knitting and see you later. Bye.